Sark running the show then. Well, this time he really has to.
Oh, no.
Jones, wide open. DeVonta Smith will cruise. Alabama touchdown. Jones goes to the end zone. Oh, what a catch. DeVonta Smith. Touchdown, Alabama. The other tight end forced all into the slot. 2nd down and 9. Mac Jones, pressure coming from behind. The lob to the end zone. DeVonta Smith. Touchdown. Are you kidding me?
Can I interest you guys in a Heisman Trophy winner? Now, he might be a bit of an outlier, but DeVonta Smith, the wide receiver from Alabama. I just put up, just done and dusted, my top 14, actually, wide receivers for USA Today, which will probably go up tomorrow on Tuesday. We recorded this Monday night. He's in the mix along with Jalen Waddle, Jamar Chase, Rashad Bateman. That's sort of the big four, how I stack these guys. And you can, in my mind, put them in any order. If you want Smith at 1, Smith at 2, Smith at 3, Smith at 4, whatever. He's an extremely talented wide receiver. Gets open. I know there will be questions about his frame, but he plays and punches well above 6'1", 175. I've seen him be tough at the catch point. I've seen him be tough against press coverage off the line. I've seen him be a willing and feisty blocker downfield when they ran screens and bubbles and tunnels behind him, using him as the lead blocker. I love the way he separates. He gives you, from day one, pretty much a complete route tree. You know, he's not one of those receivers like a guy like Kadarius Toney, for example, or even a guy like DME Brown, who's going to run basically the Baylor route tree out of the game where it's goes, hitches, slants. No, DeVonta Smith can run it all, and he's a full-body route runner. You see him use his head, his shoulders, the arms, his field of vision to sell defenders on one route and then cut away and break off of that. He can attack leverage really well. He works well in contested catch situations. Again, he plays above that 6'1", 175 or whatever he is. He will slide, I think. He will slide because these are risk-averse general managers and decision makers that look at the fact that the NFL graveyard is filled with guys who are 6'1", 175 and couldn't quite make it as wide receivers. I mean, Ted Ginn might be one of the best examples of that. And is Ted Ginn worth the 12th pick in the draft? Maybe not. But Smith is a complete wide receiver. He's much more than Ted Ginn. He's not just a burner. He can do it all. I think if he's there, he fits. The Eagles still have a need at wide receiver. I think I'm not giving up on Jalen Reagor yet, but some of the other guys, even the guys in the later rounds last year, if you get a chance to draft Smith, I think you jump at it. So if he's there, I'd make the pick.
Amen. I mean, not a bad consolation prize. He seems to be falling. You know, it was Chase 1A, Smith 1B here at the start of the draft process, at least on my end. And now it seems like he's fallen a little bit. But if he's there at number 12, that's a no-brainer for the Eagles. What about you, Shane?
Yeah, and I put up a tweet today from PFF talking about it had broken down how much draft capital teams had spent on different positions in the last 10 years. And the Eagles were number 4 in the league in draft capital spent on receivers. And yet we haven't had a 1,000-yard receiver in 7 years. So, I mean, receivers absolutely a need. Like Mark said, Smith's a great route runner. I've got questions. I have concerns. And I do wonder, how he's an analytics guy. And I think he's going to have the film guys, the football guys telling him DeVonta Smith can play. But he always seems to side with those analytics guys. So, to be honest, I don't know. I think he'd be a good fit. I don't know if the Eagles are going to value him at 12, though. But I think if they get him, he'd be a great player for him. So
yeah, I mean, I think that's going to be the concern. And Shane, the way you set it up, the film guys versus the analytics guys. I think the debate with Smith and even with Parsons, in a sense, will play out along those lines. The film guys will be saying, "Look, this kid can play." Like with respect to Smith, he can run every route, he can make every catch. You look at the production. He was doing that with Jalen Waddle, with Najee Harris, with talent around him, with John Mechie, who, by the way, kids, might be the best of these recent crops of Alabama receivers. I talk to people down in Alabama, and they're just telling me, look, Mechie might be the best we've had since Cooper. Complete route runner, full-on tremendous talent. And there were times when I'm watching Waddle, I'm watching Mac Jones, I'm watching Harris, I'm watching Smith, and I'm like, man, who is – oh, yeah, that's Mechie. That's who it is. So, I mean, we might get another, top 10 receiver next year from Alabama from Mechie, who might be the best of the bunch. But you look at the numbers that Smith put up, he's doing that with tremendous talent around him. I mean, that says something to me that, yeah, even with all these weapons, they're still targeting him in the pass game. And an interesting thing to keep in mind, when Jalen Waddle went down, Waddle was the guy that Sarkisian was using on the Jets and the end arounds and some designed plays. When Waddle went down, they slid Smith into that role. Now, that tells me something. That tells me that they designed ways to get Waddle the football and relied on Smith's ability to just do it. But when Waddle went down, they said, okay, well, we'll do it with Smith now. They trusted Smith, I think, a bit more to get open. The analytics people would say, look, it's an outlier, but I think you can make a safe bet given what you see on film.
He's going to make a lot of general managers look really dumb or really smart, just depending on how it works out.
Russell Westbrook. You